Hey guys, it's Maggie here. I am here with Sonna Brado.
Hey.
Okay, so yesterday we did a thing. Well, that's intense lighting.
There we go.
Oh my goodness. Yesterday we did a thing on the Sweet Spot Bob that Sonna has designed. It is the coolest thing, and people keep asking us to do it again. It already disappeared. People asked me to work with her again that we can put it up on YouTube. So we're here again. We are here in London at the KMS photo shoot for 2016. We're at the coolest studio ever, and if you only knew where we were right now. Sonna, where are we right now in the studio?
We're in a bathroom. We are a really cool bathroom.
We are in probably the coolest bathroom you've ever seen, and at some point I want to take everybody on a tour of the studio because you can't believe it is called the Spring Studio in London. It's very cool. So I'm going to turn this back on Sonna, and she is going to give us the Sweet Spot Bob, which is the coolest, hottest thing, and it's going to teach you guys how to do it. So ask her, and here we go. Sorry, you just saw who else is here. We're going to talk about. We do have an audience in the bathroom.
Hey everybody. So the Sweet Spot Bob is a really cool technique for creating the perfect length for a bob. What I love to do is I love to stand the client up and really look at them as an entire person, not just from the neck up. So I do this before we put the cape on and really design for them as a person. So I've had Viola stand up right here, and when you're working with the Sweet Spot Bob, what you want to do is you want to see where the thinnest part of the neck is. So what I'll do is I'll take a comb and just lay it right on the side so you have a point of reference. And as you can see, the sweet spot right there, the thinnest spot is just below the chin. And on every woman, it's different. And it's kind of like designing a skirt length for your leg. You always want to point to the narrowest part of the leg so that you're not accentuating wherever it's the widest. So with the Sweet Spot Bob, it's kind of like the sweet spot on the leg for the length of your skirt. So I've gone in and I've pre-cut just the underneath. And this isn't really a technique about how to cut a bob. It's about where to place a bob. So I'm coming in and I'm just going to work at natural fall. My distribution is natural fall. My elevation is going to be 0 degrees. And I'll turn her around so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to just cut the hair inside my comb. So I'm getting just a nice firm line. So coming in and just placing that line right at the narrowest point on the neck. Now this could be an A-line bob or it could be a straight bob. I'm going to go straight. I think it's a little bit fresher right now. So I'm just coming in, keeping that hair in natural fall. And my goodness, who do we have over there? What's going on in the corner?
Yeah, there's something.
This is the worst angle of me ever.
Oh, come on.
So here we have, joining us today, we're going to get right back to this.
I swear I'm not a stalker, and I swear I'm not going to the bathroom right now.
We are in a bathroom, and we have Simon Miller here.
I was just sitting here relaxing, and they came running in.
But this, you guys, it's the coolest bathroom. All right, so we're going to go through what we went through the other day, which people are going to want to know about your combs and your shears or your scissors.
Yeah. So I'm using the YS Park comb, and it's a nice comb because you have the small teeth of the comb for some tension, and then the wide teeth for a little bit less tension. And actually underneath in the nape area, I utilize the fine teeth of the comb and the scissor in order to create just a touch more tension. Above the occipital, I'm using the wide teeth of the comb. This just allows natural fall and the 0 degree elevation to give a nice expansion, kind of a broom bob. And then my scissors are from Moto, and Aaron Moto is the guy who owns this company. And what I love about these is that it's ergonomically correct. So your hand isn't closing all the way down, so your thumb doesn't have to go all the way down into the other, what is that called? The other part of the scissor. It actually has that little stopping point right there. So it's a really nice feeling in your hand, really sharp blade.
Size of comb and size of scissors?
These are 7s, and then, I don't know, however big that is. Classic size comb, yeah.
All right.
So he's working without tension, right at that sweet spot. And if you were going to create this on someone you wanted an A-line, I would place the sweet spot right at a 3/4 view. So just behind that ear, we call this at KMS corner back, and it's where a flat plane on the back, flat plane on the side connect. So right there is where I would place the sweet spot and then come forward with it from there. Because more people see you from a 3/4 view than they do from side or front and back. So just moving around. I'll finish this off very quickly.
I mean, this sounds like a ridiculous question because it's coming from me, but you know, if with such a precise cut at such a precise place, how often would this client have to come back in for a haircut?
You know, it's a good question because it's one that clients will always ask. And I'll show them the point on their neck where they're the narrowest. They know when they hit a little bit wider area that it's time to come back in. So probably about a month, maybe 6 weeks is all they're going to get out of this cut, which is great for us. But if you think about tailoring something to somebody's facial structure or to their body structure, really that can't grow out too much because we've placed it right there for a reason. Just capturing all that hair.
Okay, and then, you know, as you're talking about this, also talk about if it's curly hair and about an A-line bob.
With curly hair, all I would do that would be a little bit different is I would allow for the shrinking of the curl when you're done. So I might place it, depending on the curl pattern, I might place it maybe 1/2 inch to 1 inch lower if they wear their hair pretty curly. Because when it's dry, that's where you want it to sit, right at that narrowest part of the neck. You don't really want it to bounce up and maybe hit at a wider part. And then with the A-line bob, it's kind of what I was saying about placing it on that corner. Hang on.
She's so cooperative.
I know, she just turns for me. I would place it so that it hits right at that corner back at the sweet spot. So it could go up a little bit higher in the back, but it would hit right at that narrowest point when you're looking at someone from a 3/4 view.
Okay, so if your client, if your real person has a very short neck, what would you do? How would you elongate her neck, or do you even deal with that?
If somebody has a really short neck, if it's a little bit narrower, then you can go ahead and still do this technique. If somebody had a wider neck, I would be really cautious about placing a horizontal line. I would definitely make it an A line, and sometimes I might not do it at all. It may be that there's a different version of a cut or a bob that would look better on them.
Okay, and then I don't think we brought them in here to the bathroom, but what products would you use to really complete this look, to make it nice and smooth and sleek and shiny?
Yeah. I would use our Tame Frizz lotion and the Tame Frizz Defrizz oil on this. And what that's going to do is it's going to take out any frizziness in the hair. It's going to leave the hair nice and silky soft, but not weighted down. So I would do that and finish it out with a Denman brush, really keeping the root area low elevation. Usually when you do a cut that has low elevation, you're not going to want to get under and get the roots really full. You're going to want to work with the same technique that you cut the hair at.
All right, what about cutting the hair dry?
Cutting the hair dry, that is always an option, especially if you have hair that maybe has a lot of jumps in the hairline and you're just working to get it at that precise spot. So you could definitely cut this dry. I would just make sure that you're utilizing the wide teeth of the comb so you're not getting too much tension on the hair.
Okay, great. Any other questions out there? I think we got it.
I'm not wearing my fabulous shirt I was wearing yesterday. So this one's kind of cute too.
Yeah. They want you to turn the model around. Oh. Your model, your very cooperative model. Yeah.
Keep going.
And you know, this is again a pretty obvious thing. You would not, if you would part the hair as you want it to be, as it's to be worn.
Yes, I have a side part on her because that's where she wears her hair.
Well, she does now.
She does now. Honey, you're wearing it on the side. Yep.
Okay, well, this is wonderful, and then of course we have to go back to our stalker friend over here.
Why am I the stalker all of a sudden? I just follow amazing hairdressers.
Simon, because you're in the bathroom.
I like to sit on the toilet.
And it's the oddest thing, you guys. You have to.
That's good.
Have you ever seen a bathroom like this in your life? It is the coolest thing.
It's a double seat toilet. It's amazing.
It's a double, but it's wonderful. And just give us, how do we find you, Sonna? And then we're going to ask Simon how we find him.
On Facebook, it's Sonna J. Brado, B-R-A-D-O. And on Instagram, it's Sonna Jean, S-O-N-N-A-J-E-A-N.
Okay, and then Simon, who's building his Periscope following.
And I'm on Periscope too.
Periscope.
Sonna Brado.
If you're looking for me, apparently I'll just be creeping around bushes and around the corner, maybe in back. No, Simon Miller Hair. Find me on Periscope. Yeah, that's it.
All right, cool. Bye, guys.
Thank you. See you.
Everybody.